are from Group 4 Lux Movie Review. Today we are here to do another video, which is video 3. We're going to discuss about the what genre we are going to choose for this video. So without wasting time, so we would like to start our discussion. First, I would like to ask Osman's opinion. What do you think about this week's video?
Yeah, I think first we can introduce ourselves and our metric number.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm Osman. My metric number is 195657.
I'm Newton, and my metric number is 195592. My name is Chen Fu, and my metric number is 195701.
And my name is Tian Jiatong. My metric number is 20435.
Hello, my name is Mubarak Umar. My metric number is 19526.
My name is Fatih. My metric number is 198498.
My name is Noor. My metric number is 196680.
My name is Aina Nabira, and my metric number is 197043.
Hello, I'm Dinda Taranidindu, and my metric number is 196350.
All right. So last time we did discuss about fantasy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about this time we can use something more reliable. So we can either choose comedy or thriller. But for me, I might go with comedy because I think comedy is a very general genre. So you might see people who doesn't like horror or thriller movies, but I didn't meet anyone who said like they don't like comedy, as I know. So I think it's a pretty general genre, and we can discuss a lot about it. So for me, I think I'll choose comedy.
Yeah, I'm agree with what because comedy is for everyone. I'm not sure if it's right, but I think everyone is okay with comedy, right? And when you're eating or have something nothing to do with, you will choose to watch a comedy movie or something like that. So I think maybe this time you can choose comedy. I think what kind of movie last we talked about?
Last time,
Yeah, that's
we fantasy.
fantasy. I think this video we can choose different from
Yeah, actually we are discussing now what kind of genre we can choose other than the fantasy because we already did the fantasy thing last week.
I agree with comedy.
Will you go with comedy?
I really has watching something movie. Know something about the comedy scene. I think we can choose.
For my parts, I think every movie can help us to spend our leisure time. So I like to watch all of the movie to watch it. So this week I want to choose kind of movies to watch it. Yeah. So this is all.
So you are very excited to choose that kind of movies.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about you?
For me, I'm excited about movie comedy. That's all.
Okay. How about you guys?
Actually, I really like to watch horror movie and thriller because it has an exciting part, which is more. It make you nervous. It make you feel like something gonna happen. It make you curious about something. It was a very exciting movie for me. So I would like to choose horror or thriller because it always makes me feel like it always make me think what is the kind of story it will happen next.
I also choose comedy because watching movie comedy we can watch it with family. There's no need to be
To worry about.
yes worry about it. So I choose comedy.
I would like to choose comedy movie too because it can release my stress, and I don't want to pick like romantic movie because there's like 18+ scenes, so
I'll be shy if I am watching with my family.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I think I have a different opinion than you guys. Maybe I go for the action movies. Maybe there is a good point in the comedy genre, but when it comes to the action movie, it will be more interesting. We won't feel any bored when we're watching the movie because there will be a suspense. Okay, we want to know that. We want to make them to fight. So there will be always a suspense thing, a very unexpected climax in each and every action movie. So I personally feel that we can choose action movie because last week we already did the fantasy. Maybe comedy is yeah, it's really easy to us to review the movie because everyone will watch the comedy movie. I mean, agree with the majorities, I think. So I think the majority is agree with the comedy genre, isn't it?
So I think you just mentioned now about the story or the climax. So I think nowadays comedy is defined in a different way. So if we look at the movies in the past, so I think comedy is one of the first genres that were introduced to the cinema, if not the first. Looking at the first movies that were introduced by Charlie Chaplin, where
Yeah,
there was
Charlie
not even there was no voice, it's just images. So basically, it was mainly comedy, right? There was no drama, and the main goal was to just make the audience laugh. And the content back in the days, it was just very silly content. Him losing his hat, uh, bumping into the wall or something, and then people will laugh. But if you do this nowadays, like people will be like, oh, this is really silly. This is not funny. But nowadays, comedy is not. The main genre of the movie would be comedy, but there would also be a story. So like we can see comedy mixed with fantasy or with action, or maybe there's also a love story within the movie. So overall, you can see that there's actually a story, but in a good, like in a funny sense of humor. So the audience would laugh and also get the message of the movie. So I think comedy now is introduced in a different way.
Actually, I'm strongly agree with Osman because the point which is given by him, the body language. Comedy movie actually we don't need any language. Even a Chinese comedy movie also we can understand from the body language what they are doing, trying to do, and it will make us laugh definitely. Even though we didn't understand the language, we can understand the message or we can understand the illustrations
The
from
humor.
from the right from the movie. Saying like even though like Tom and Jerry, it's not a cartoon, it's not a movie, but it's a cartoon. But when you guys see that, there is no dialogues in the cartoon,
No dialogues.
but we will keep laugh. So comedy is like it's really general movie. Everyone will watch that movie. So maybe I think that it's really even the comedy, not only that the biggest animal is the laughing, but it will have like strong message. Other than the laughing, other than the humor, they will provide a strong message which can impact all the societies. So I think it may be a good effort or a good initiative to us to review about that kind of movie. You know, um, I think you guys maybe have like different points why you guys would choose the comedies. May I know like you said you want to choose the horror movie, right? But suddenly we are choosing the comedy movie. But what is your opinion or what do you want to talk about it?
To me, comedy movie is a very light movie. You can understand the plot twist. It's very simple movie and it's very easygoing. So it's suitable for any kind of age, any kind of gender. I mean, like a very simple story. And if you're stressed about something, about your homework or assignment, so comedy movie can make you laugh, can release your stress, and it's a good point when we watch comedy movie because we can have fun for a little while. So that's for me.
So, Tan, what do you think, despite that releasing stress and then humor sense, what do you think the advantage or benefits of watching comedy movies? How do you feel?
I don't feel. I will just have my which is like my time.
Oh, I see.
Because because I don't have especially movie to languages. Yeah, so I wanted to choose a movie what I like.
Yeah. So you are telling the comedy movie you can watch whenever you got the leisure time when you have the free time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anything about family? Yeah. Do you watch comedy movies?
I watch comedy movie.
Your favorite movie is
My favorite movie.
comedy movie.
Comedy movie. Jumanji.
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 The first one or the second one?
First one.
The first one.
Second one. No best.
The second one you didn't feel best.
Mm.
Okay. So you like the Jumanji the first
First chapter.
first chapter. Okay. So that's make you very
Really like
Very like.
okay. So you laughed a lot for the movie when you watched it?
What?
You laughed a lot?
Last.
Laugh.
A lot.
Yeah, that's
Very a lot.
very
Kau funny
funny. It's
Uh-uh.
funny. Okay. So any other movie suggestions for the comedy genre?
Okay, what about your favorite movie actors or actresses in, let's say, Hollywood? Who do you like? For me, of course, there are a few of them, but I really like Jim Carrey, the Canadian actor, especially his old movies, just like Dumb and Dumber. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's a very natural actor. He has a very natural sense of humor. Um, Even I also like his stand-up comedies. So he's a natural comedian. That's why comedy suits him. And of course, you have Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, no doubt, one of the best comedy actors, because he's also coming from. He's originally a comedian before being an actor. He used to do stand-up comedy when he was a kid, and then he was introduced into acting. And actually, most of his movies, if not all of them, are comedy movies. I'm not sure. Yeah, so these are my two favorite, two actors. Well, what about you?
My favorite actor is Rowan Kingston.
Mhm.
So you guys watch Mr. Bean?
Yes.
It's I think it's everyone childhood movies. You can see that this comedy movie is it's more to non-verbal.
Yeah. As she mentioned before, there's. I mean, other people in the movie talk, but Mr. Bean himself, he doesn't talk that much.
Doesn't talk, yeah, that's
But still,
the-
like one of the funniest characters. So.
Seriously. How about you? Do you have any comedy actor other than the English language or in Mandarin, the famous one that you like?
I think my favorite actor is not a comedy actor because actually I didn't see many comedy movies before. So about comedy movie, I know Mr. Bean. It's very famous comedy. And I can't remember what actor.
Chinese actor.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys know his Chinese name.
the king of comedy.
Yeah.
Even sometimes Jackie Chan also did some
Oh,
comedy humor on
Yes,
his
yes, yes,
movie.
yes.
I prefer the comedy actor to
Yes, yes.
an action movie actor.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like Rush Hour, like Jackie Chan and
yeah.
what's his name?
I can't remember.
What is it name?
The other actor in Rush Hour.
Oh, okay.
Christopher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very funny duet, like in the three movies.
Yeah.
So like as I said, a comedy is also introduced with other genres in the same. Just like it was action movie mainly, right? But also funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the local cinema here in Malaysia? I mean, I have no idea. So, is comedy a main genre there?
Oh,
Please, in a variety show, there is no specific movie that Malaysia have to the comedy movie, but the variety show is a lot. Like
when it's a Tamil movie, Malaysia they have Mandarin, Malay.
Yeah, I
Tamil
think for
movies,
Tamil
right?
movies, like
Yeah.
there's more comedy.
Yeah, they have like more comedy movies. Actually, they produce like even before the movie, they produce like short film, so they get like high likes or high views on it, so they film it.
Oh.
So I think they have like quite 20 to 30 comedy films. They only focus humor, but there is no story.
Yeah.
You know, but it will be very fun, you know, because we will watch that without we are getting bored.
Yeah.
So I think they are producing, and still they are producing some comedy movies now, because nowadays teenagers they really love that kind of movie. You know, in our stressful life, we really need time to laugh. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So even me sometimes I prefer to more comedy movies. Even at India also, they are producing more comedy movies. Even like popular actress, they are starring in the comedy movies because people love that.
Yeah.
People really want that kind of movie in this situation.
Yeah. And I think that's why even comedy was introduced, just to make people laugh and distress and just forget about their responsibilities and all that. Yeah. Although like maybe comedy is not my favorite genre, but sometimes you just feel like you just want to watch something to laugh, and to change your mood or something.
Yeah, you are right. Even though, for example, the Avengers Endgame, even though the movie's genre is the different genre, but they will add the element of humor. You know, because the comedy, the movie will be very fictional. It will be very historical. So people, even the teenagers, also they will feel very bored. Okay, what they are trying to say. Even some of the terms we can't really understand. You know. So whenever they're inserting their comedy and humor sense, okay, we try to get it that okay, they are indirectly speaking this kind of words. Okay. So maybe I think we are choosing some interesting genre. I hope everyone will we will review a good movie in our next video. But I think we have like a few movies listed here for the comedy genre. That one is the Jumanji Next Level.
Johnny English.
Yeah, Johnny English, Aladdin, Sister Act, Central Intelligence. Actually, I was very it's not like very quite shocked whenever the Aladdin movie in the comedy genre. I thought it would be like a fantasy.
Yes,
right?
I also expected that.
Yeah, so but maybe because of the Will Smith.
Yeah, because Will Smith is mainly doing comedy.
Anyone watch Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yes.
You watched Aladdin?
I watch Aladdin.
You have the genie?
What?
You have the genie.
Oh, Genie.
Genie, yes.
Looks like you didn't watch it.
Yeah, when we so
You sure did you watch?
it will give us 3 wishes like so. Yeah, maybe it's the movie like a kind of fantasy, and maybe the major genre in the movie is comedy. Maybe that's why it's listed in the comedy genre. When we look about the other movies, I didn't watch Central Intelligence.
I did.
Did you guys watch that?
No, I did actually. Yeah.
You did, okay.
And
Is
also-
that very okay? Johnny English?
No.
No. Okay. Jumanji The Next Level? Yes, of course.
Yes.
You guys watched. So, which movie are we going to choose for the next video?
I think for me, I might choose Jumanji because this Jumanji, because there's the original Jumanji that was like 1995 or something, the original story, but it was not a comedy movie at all. It's just a fantasy. Yeah, it's about this game, and but now it's introduced in a different way because you have Kevin Hart, you have Dwayne Johnson. They're both comedic actors. It cannot just be serious.
Yeah.
So so I think it would be interesting to analyze this movie. I think I would go to Jumanji.
Okay. How about you? Do you want to review about Jumanji or any other movie?
I've never seen before Jumanji The Next Level, but I think it's the best movie going.
But don't worry, we will watch together next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Are you guys agree with the Jumanji Next Level? Yes. Okay. So we will do the next video about
Yes.
the movie review. We will watch together the movie first,
Yes.
and after that we will review the Jumanji Next Level.
Alright.
Okay.
So, anyone wants to add anything?
Mutu, you want to add anything about the genre, about the movie, or you want to conclude anything about the discussion?
No. So we choose the comedy movie Jumanji.
Right.
All for today's video.
So I think that's all for us today. So we choose comedy as a genre, and we choose Jumanji: The Next Level as the movie we're gonna review. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.